Hello lovely, welcome to my channel. My name is Frankie and in today's video I'm going to be simplifying the curly girl method, giving you basically a really straightforward and easy way that you can apply it to your hair if you want to. If you've been around here for a while, you've probably seen that I have experimented with curly girl products, different ways to diffuse dry my hair, different ways to dry my hair in general, and wavy hair care routines, just as part of my channel really. I have wavy hair and I really enjoy doing it, but I've never fully embarked on the curly girl method. So I thought I would put this video out there today for you guys to see it so you can get a simplified version of the curly girl method. I'll tell you at the end of this video how I'm going to follow it, and then if you want to, you can follow it with me. So I will start today. I've got a mask on my hair at the moment, so I've done the first part of the curly girl method, which is the reset, which I'll explain to you later on in the video. But that's why I've got wet hair. I've reset my hair, I've washed it, I've put a mask on just to get some condition in there, nice and strong and healthy to start this routine. But from today, I'm going to be doing it for a month. So in 4 weeks time, you can expect to see my curly girl method video and how I've got on. We'll do some before and afters and we can all chat about what we've liked about it, what we've disliked about it, and how we've adapted the routine to suit us. So let's start off with a little bit about the curly girl method. So the curly girl method is a hair care routine specifically for people with wavy, curly, coily, and kinky hair. And when following the correct do's and don'ts of the curly girl method, you are giving your hair the best opportunity to enhance its own natural wave or curl pattern. So the curly girl method was first developed by Lorraine Massey, who wrote Curly Girl, the Handbook. I've linked that book in the description down below if you would like to check it out. And basically all the information that you hear today is a variation of Lorraine Massey's original Curly Girl Handbook and a variation of all the new information, the way people have adapted the curly girl method over time for different hair textures, different products that are available now. It's a wide spectrum of things, but basically Lorraine Massey originally came up with the Curly Girl Handbook, which is where the curly girl method has kind of developed from. But you can ask any girl with curly hair. The curly girl method is not linear. It's not a routine that fits every single person's hair type. And you might have exactly the same hair as me, but might find that washing with shampoo or washing without shampoo is something that you have to do or can't avoid. It's something that you're going to figure out over time, and it's a process, you know, and you've got to learn to love the process. Okay, so you're probably here because you want to know how to do it in a straightforward and uncomplicated way. You want to know what to avoid and what you can use in abundance. And that's where I've always felt that the curly girl method has got tricky, and probably why I haven't done it prior to now. I've experimented with co-washing, I've used so many different curly girl products, but I've never fully immersed myself in the curly girl method, which is what we're gonna do from today. So if you wanna jump on this hype with me, please do, and let me know in the comments down below if you are getting on board. We can do this together and keep updating each other, and maybe something that works for you will work for me, or maybe something that works for me will work for you. We should all do this together. Let's take a look at the things that we should be avoiding. So first up, we have shampoo with sulfates, heat styling tools, as well as combs and brushes, non-water soluble silicons, alcohols, fragrances, and mineral oils. And why do we want to avoid them? And the answer to that is because they are damaging and harmful ingredients for curly hair. Sulfates especially, they basically give shampoo and conditioner a lather, and we don't want that with our curly hair. We want to reduce as much of that stripping of the natural oils and as much of that lather as possible, which is why a lot of people do co-washing, because you reduce the sort of cleansing part and you just cleanse with the conditioner. So there's no real lather, there's no sort of stripping the hair of all those natural oils and nutrients. The silicons, alcohols, and fragrances and the mineral oils will be ingredients that will weigh down our hair. So we want to avoid those as well because we don't want weighed down curls. Now let's quickly move on to the things that we should be using. Gentle cleansing ingredients. Now I've tried to film this at least 3 times and say these ingredients right. I can't do it. So I'm gonna put these up here. These are the 2 ingredients that we should be using. These are gentle cleansers and will not affect our curl patterns. Emollients and proteins. So in that category, we've got things like shea butter, olive and vegetable oils, wheat and soy. Moisturizers we should be using are things like aloe vera and amino acids. And in styling gel ingredients, we should be looking for PVP and VA. And why should we be using these ingredients? Because they are gentle cleansers, they're low lather, there is no sulfates, and they are moisturizing ingredients, all things that curly hair needs. And now we're gonna go on and talk about the routine that you should be following if you have wavy, curly, or coily hair. First things first though, you're gonna wanna start with a reset shampoo, and that is using a clarifying shampoo that has sulfates in it to basically cleanse the hair of any product buildup from any products, shampoos or conditioners that you've been using in the past. Because honestly, silicons and sulfates can stay in the hair for a really, really long time. So you wanna get in there and give it a good scrub, and that's what I've done today. That's why I've got wet hair, because I've got a little bit of oil in it as well, just to moisturize it and get it nice and happy before I start this process. So for this next part of the video, I'm gonna have time codes in the description down below. So if you have wavy hair, you'll watch from now. If you have curly hair, you can skip to the next part. And if you have coily hair, there'll be another part for you to skip to as well, just so you don't have to watch every bit of me rambling on about what you can do with your hair. So we're gonna start with what you'll be doing if you have wavy hair. So first up, obviously, you're gonna be cleansing your hair, and you can do this once or twice a week with regular shampoo and conditioner. The only part of this routine that will probably be different to what you've been doing in the past is that rather than doing shampoo followed by conditioner, you're going to be conditioning, shampooing, and then conditioning. So that's probably the only thing that will change. You can do that once or twice a week, preferably once if your hair can last that long, but twice is fine as well. So now we'll go on to the condition part of the wavy hair routine. And with the conditioner, you're going to rinse it, but not fully. So you're going to leave a little bit of product in at the end of the shower, bath, however you wash your hair, and that's gonna act as your leave-in conditioner. And then when it comes to styling and drying your hair when it's wavy, you're going to be doing some extra scrunching and leaving it to air dry, because obviously the curly girl method says that we shouldn't be using heat on our hair. So you could dry it in a towel, or you could dry it naturally, let it hang naturally. I personally would probably let it dry in a microfiber towel just to get it off my skin, because I'm a bit worried about stuff like that, but you can do whatever works for you. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to what your curly girl method routine would be if you have curly hair. So how are you going to cleanse your hair? And that will be with a co-wash. And if you haven't heard of co-washing before, it's conditioner washing. So it's basically replacing the shampoo part of your routine and hitting your hair with a nice moisturizing conditioner, no sulfates obviously, and massaging the scalp and lifting the dirt. If you want to know a little bit more info about that, there's some videos linked in the description down below that I've done on co-washing before. So yes, that is how you will cleanse your hair. If you have curly hair, you will co-wash. Now we'll go on to the conditioning part of the curly hair routine, and you can either rinse it fully or leave it in. It depends on your hair type. I'd say if you had fine hair, maybe try and rinse it almost fully. If you had quite thick hair that was quite dry, maybe quite coarse, but didn't curl too much, then maybe you could leave it in. It's completely up to you. If you know that your hair won't be able to handle that much product buildup, then rinse it fully. But if you think your hair will absorb it, leave some in. Now we go on to the styling and drying part of the curly hair routine. So use whatever products you love to use if they're curly girl certified, and you can find this information out really easily. I'll just add this little top tip in here. If you have products that you're using that you love, just search, is the Aveda Nutriplenish Curl Jelly Curly Girl certified, and usually I'd say almost 100% of the time someone has found out that information for you, and it's online. So have a look through your products, see if you need to change anything. But back to what I was saying, load your products into your hair, scrunch as usual, let your hair air dry or let it dry plopped in a towel or in a cotton t-shirt. And then once your hair's dry, you're going to lift your head over, so flip your head over upside down and fluff from the nape. You don't really want to fluff too much at the front because you'll cause frizz, but you kind of want to just fluff the underneath just to lift it out a little bit, give it a bit of volume. And finally, we'll go on to the coily, kinky hair care routine with curly girl method. So cleansing, if you've got coily or kinky hair, you're going to do as little as possible and with a co-wash. If you need to do it, then yeah, co-wash your hair, use a comb in the shower if you need to brush it through. I know it can get quite matted, so yeah, try and avoid it as much as possible. But if you need to cleanse your hair once a week or every 10 days, then make sure you're doing that with a co-wash and completely avoiding shampoos. So conditioning your hair, if your hair is coily or kinky, you're going to leave the conditioner in your hair for 15 minutes and put it in a really nice secure towel wrap, just so that your scalp and your head creates heat and warmth, and that will lock in the moisture for longer. You can do that from 15 minutes to half an hour, even longer if you want to do a deep condition, but that's what you'll do with your conditioner, and then you will rinse it thoroughly to avoid a film building up. And now the style and dry part of this routine, Lorraine Massey actually recommends that you wash and go. So you literally co-wash and you leave your hair natural and go. But obviously you're gonna know what works best for you, and this is where the routine is so adaptable. If you have products that work for you, if you twist your hair, if you pin curl it, then keep doing that. Don't just stop doing that. You just, whatever you do, just make sure you're not using heat, basically. So use Curly Girl approved products and no heat, and yeah, you'll be fine. So that is all of the routines. I hope that made sense. It makes sense to me, but if you need any more information, drop a comment down below with your questions and I'll try and help you as much as possible. There is so much information on the Curly Girl method online. There's so many blogs about it. There's so many articles, there's so many lists of products that you can use. So, okay, so finally, let's talk about what I'm going to be doing over the next four or 5 weeks with my hair. And this is a tricky one because I feel like my hair is wavy if it's air dried, which it will be because I'm not going to be using heat over the next month because the Curly Girl method doesn't let us use heat. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead with my hair being wavy for the time being. So what I think I'm going to do is start off with the conditioner, the shampoo and the conditioner. I can probably do that just once a week because my hair's used to being washed once a week. And then I'm going to go through all of my products and see what are Curly Girl approved and what aren't. I will use everything that's Curly Girl approved. I will scrunch extra and I will let it air dry. I'm going to take befores and afters, but I probably won't do that every week because there probably won't be a huge change week to week, but we'll have a look. If I feel like there is, I'll take pictures. But that's probably what I'm going to do. And if I feel like my hair's still a bit too fluffy, maybe I'm not getting a very good curl out of it, then I might switch to co-washing. It's really hard because I have co-washed in the past and I do think it did make a difference, but I was diffuse drying my hair and my hair does go curlier when I diffuse dry it. So I'm thinking maybe I'll start off with the wavy part of the Curly Girl method and progress into curly if my hair gets curlier. So yes, I will be conditioner, shampoo, conditioner, and scrunching lots and air drying or drying in a towel. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Let me know if you're going to join me and let me know in the comments down below what routine you're going to be following. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in 4 or 5 weeks for our update and you can see how I've got on with the Curly Girl method. Lots of love.